All right, today I want to talk about growing up as a fat person or like a fat kid and what comes with it. So, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I used to be 250 pounds in fifth grade, like around the start. So, leading up to this moment, I used to gain like 20 pounds each summer and I just never lost weight. I was the type of kid who always played like video games and shit, with the Nintendo at the hallways and, just didn't like exercise, didn't like sports, just found video games more interesting. And this led to me just not being athletic at all. And that's how I became fat. I kept eating and eating, especially since quarantine happened. That was a little bit after, but it made things worse when I got to high school in ninth grade. I was 200 like 20, around 220, 30, around that area range. And before that, I believe I was even fatter, but I started losing a bit of weight. And when I mean a little bit of weight, I mean like fucking 5 pounds or like 10 pounds. It was nothing. Yeah, but again, I was 250 pounds since fifth grade, and it was a little bit hard to go above that since in my school, I don't live in a privileged area, like my schools don't have or my school didn't have air conditioning in all the classrooms, and since I was already like in the later grades, those were the classrooms in specific that didn't have air conditioning. We just couldn't afford it, and school couldn't afford it. So it was actually really hard to be fat, but I somehow did it. And yeah, I remember even in hot as weather, like 90-degree weather and above, I always wore hoodies every single day. I wore hoodies, bro. Like I always wore like black, gray. Sometimes I was so insecure that I literally wore hoodies that were like didn't even fit or wore like my grandma's or some shit like that. Like that's how insecure I was. I always wore a hoodie every single day. I would never take it off for the life of me. Never take it off. If we had to do exercise, I just skipped it. I hated exercise. I just didn't want to do it. I was embarrassed by it. Every time I didn't want to run anywhere. No sports. Like not even games like tag, like hide and seek. I never played them just because they require physical effort. Even though they were fun and shit, I just didn't like them. Um, what else? Right, but yeah, it was depressing. It was like I never liked being fat, never, and I got made fun of it and everything. And at least I was a big guy. Like at least like I grew faster than other kids around my age. I wasn't the biggest guy, but yeah, I wasn't the smallest guy either. I was like definitely bigger than average. I'd say like if in in a classroom, I'd be at least like top three biggest guys in there. Okay, so before all of that happened, I actually used to be like athletic. Like I actually liked like playing sports. I always ran the um for the family gatherings and shit and the school events, and I was actually good. I was actually like I was actually fit. But yeah, after a while I just stopped. I like video games more and I stopped doing these. I used to love running, but then I started hating it because I was fat and couldn't run as fast as anymore. It was depressing, but I was a kid, so for me, I was very petty about it. I didn't really care. I just wanted to play video games, but you pay the price heavily later down the line when you try to lose all of it. And I was fat, but I was also weak, like I wasn't as strong. Usually fat people are normally strong because if you have to move all that fucking body weight, you better be strong. But no, I was 150 pounds. I couldn't do a single push up. I couldn't run for more than like 10 seconds. And I couldn't do a single push up all the way until like my first, as a freshman, until freshman year. I couldn't do a single push up, right? And then what changed, what the first thing that really made me change was that um, I had this PE class and there was this test and you had to do like fucking 30 push ups in like under like a minute or two. I don't remember exactly what it was. In order to get an A, I was like, holy shit, how the fuck am I gonna do that? And like do squats and do basically just the fitness test overall and do jump rope. And I went from nothing. I think I had like 2 months, maybe three. I remember that I did exercise around like less than 2 months. I think maybe three. It was somewhere around that range. But I had 6 months to do it, so not the best. But I definitely congratulate myself because I was working out every day. Even though I was literally working out at like fucking 11 p.m. and woke up. I woke up at like fucking 5 a.m. to go to school and shit. So it was terrible. But I was very dedicated. I worked out every single day, pretty much. So I'm very grateful that I did that. But yeah, I only worked out for like 2 months, and then I stopped because I got sick. I wanted to work out, I got sick and stuff because of COVID. But yeah, I managed to, even after getting sick and stuff, I managed to do 17 push-ups. I think it was 16. I think it was 16 and 17 with like halfway like bad form. And yeah, going from nothing to 17 or 16, I was very proud of myself. I actually couldn't believe, like, when I mean 16 or 17, I actually mean like good push-ups. Like decent form, like no fucking dry humping the fucking ground, getting the ground pregnant, or doing ground push-ups. I actually sat down, or not sat down, I laid down, and I actually did my fucking push-ups. And I want to share this. I want to show what I did because as as a fat guy, it's at the start. If you really have no one, it's really hard to motivate yourself. So I'm gonna this is what I did, right? My workout for push-ups was, I believe, at the start, since I couldn't do push-ups, I did, I think it was negative push-ups a lot. I did a bunch of negative push-ups, and then eventually I managed to be able to do a push-up. And then what I did was I did a set. I did 10 sets. Each set I started with like three or two push-ups, and then in between those sets I had a 2 minute break. And it was always 2 minutes. I couldn't stop doing 2 minutes. Always 2 minutes. And I drank water between those sets, if I needed it, obviously. And it was actually very fucking great. Like each week, I increased it like at least once. Like every single set, one more rep. It was amazing. Uh, yeah. Sometimes I got stuck a little bit, but yeah, that really worked for me. So if you guys want to try it, if you're a fat guy, you want to get stronger in push-ups, I recommend that because I know that it worked for me as a fat guy. I went from being able to do nothing for like a bunch, like fucking 5 years or something, like more, from being the most unathletic person to, well now I'm actually like, I think I'm actually above average. I'm not even gonna lie. I can do pull-ups. I play basketball here and there, and I'm still like fat. I'm still overweight right now. I'm like 180, and I lost like 20 pounds this summer instead of gaining, so I'm proud of that. But yeah, I've gained more muscle, done more cardio. I'm very proud of myself right now. But I can do a lot better. Um, but yeah, anyway, highly recommend that. And yeah, that's a push-up workout. I did three things in my workout. It was very simple. I made it myself. It wasn't, obviously it's not the best, but the most important thing, the best workout is not the most optimized. It's whatever you do consistently every single day. That's the best workout because you actually fucking do the workout and you actually get a workout in, and your body improves. Now, whatever these guys say, like fitness gurus and shit, the best workout is where you actually do consistently and see improvements and where you can stick to. But yeah, anyway, I did that push up workout. I did I did one plank for as long as possible, and I managed to be able to get to like 3 minutes just straight, and with doing a normal plank form, and I think it was called a dolphin or some shit. Yeah, but those two planks. And then I believe I think I did a lot of squats as well. And then I also did some calf raises. That was my workout if I remember correctly. Um, but yeah, now I know a lot more and have a way better workout. But yeah, that's what I did at the start, and it it worked. I guess I got stronger at least in my core plank strength. Got stronger in push-ups, and I definitely saw changes in my physique. I would tell you that I saw a lot of changes in my physique. Even now, I see changes. When I wake up, I'm like, "What the fuck? This is me." And I grab a picture like from when I was like in eighth grade, and my face just looks completely different. Like, if you're a fat guy, if you're like overweight, you shouldn't really judge your face how it is because you don't know how it looks like. I mean, you know how it looks like. Your face looks so different when you're like overweight or when you're like fat from when you're fit. It looks so different. It's crazy. But yeah, if you can get fit before you rate your face, then I highly recommend that. As a fat guy, when you sweat a fucking lot. Like your armpits, your fucking ball sack, my bro. For some reason, and I think it still happens now. If when I swim, my ball sacks like, oh my god, that shit was horrible. Like I have big thighs, I have big legs, so like when I sweat, even my fucking ass cheeks, bro. I leave fucking prints. I leave like the duck shakers or like the duck hunters. I can literally see my fucking ass prints, and they're searching for me, man. Like I gotta run, man. As a fat guy, you literally leave ass prints and cock prints on chairs if you're sweaty enough. It's that really fucking sucked. Um, but yeah, if you want to lose weight, obviously, I would recommend getting as much sleep as possible. Just get more sleep. Get a good sleep schedule. That's the first thing you should do. The second thing is get a better diet, and the third thing is this is the uh last step you should do. You should definitely get sleep first and then diet, and then this is find a way to passively lose calories. So this could literally be from just working your 9 to 5 to just walking, literally anything. This is how you lose the real weight. This is how you really lose weight, doing losing calories passively. Diet is also important. Everything is important. I put it in order of importance. Sleep goes first, then your diet, and then passively losing um weight. But yeah, if you're a fat guy, just take it one day at a time. Don't look every day in the weight scale and be like, oh, I lost this, but then because water weight and all that stuff. Don't look every day. At most, look at like once per week, and it's realistic. The most realistic as a fat guy, you're gonna lose a bunch of weight fast in the first like 3 months, and then it's gonna be normal if that makes sense. So yeah, good luck if you're a fat guy, and that's pretty much about it.